matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta takes the field. Their offensive leader, of course, Matt Ryan, the former Boston College Eagle.
We're not even a quarter way into the season. He's already off to a pretty nice start. NFC Offensive Player of the Week in last week's game.
Yeah, week 2, he was electric. See what week 3 has in store. First down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Getting into the act on the opening drive here with a sack. And remember, they had 5 last week.
And they saw that on film, and that meant that they had to get together. Offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, offensive line coach, receivers coach, and say, how do we beat this pressure? Because everyone has to win against the defense and get the ball in the hands of the quarterback very quickly. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to air one out. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So here are the Bucs backed up to start their initial drive. They'll be led out by a former most valuable player in the National Football League, the always dangerous Lamar Jackson.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Jackson's pass intended for DJ Chark. Incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Being chased out left. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
To throw is Ryan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
It's up how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And his kick is indeed good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage.
Falcons 3.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, so they held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 14 on that one and a first. Down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Elliott, toss right. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now it's Jackson. That one complete. He finds Shark. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it to a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same. but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
At the 11-yard line.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
So out come the Falcons now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A look there at how Davis did a week ago. 14 carries, 56 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger games.
And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd down now. It's Elliott, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Jackson dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Rashad Penny. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
And his kick here is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 6, Falcons 3.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
After the penalty, it's Davis. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
A gain of 19.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They go back to the ground now with Davis. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I New England, all cliche.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Touchdown.
Mike Davis. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, can you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Young Wei Koo.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Mike Evans of the Tampa offense about to... Set up shop. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10. The top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jackson now. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat. with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Check 26, check 26.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flushed out right. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. After the penalty, it's Elliott. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here's Jackson to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. It's complete. He's got Gronk. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Jones. A gain of 2. Brings up 7.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And the Bucs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Jackson, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Gronkowski, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. This one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. That catch good for only a couple.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Third down and 8.
On third down, Ryan. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On fourth down, the Falcons send out Sterling Hoffrichter to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Return team. That's what I'm frustrated about, man.
So that one will be accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 9-yard line.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26. 16 yards, a first down. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. And I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that evaluate.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Back at the 17-yard line.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall.
And we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Taken in the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's been busy with his feet. He's been quite the scrambling man.
And defense. But a lot of it is just that they just get trapped with worrying about it so much that other things break down as well. You know, you break the huddle, and you're not just playing what comes out at you. You're like, oh, God, don't let him outside of the pocket. Don't let him beat us.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. He's got a first down and then some in midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run with Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Second and 12. Here's Jackson. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
1st and 10.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
He's brought down by D.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Elliott. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcon 16. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Buccaneers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Short of the goal line.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try again with Elliott. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down behind the line.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They begin with a run by Davis, and they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll run it again here with Davis. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. A quick handoff to Vitale. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
I'm not sure how much I really love that call. It almost seems like a little bit of a give up there. But maybe what they were thinking is, we've got a chance to pop one. They think we're just going to give up here, hand it to the big man, and maybe he can get through. And sometimes there's a little bit of courage in play calling that maybe we don't give enough credit.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a draw play for Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Down at the 31.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
And the Falcon 1st down.
From the shotgun, Ryan to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a toss to Davis going right. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd down and 4, Ryan firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Falcons.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. From the gun, Ryan Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Shaquille Barrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. This guy is in a zone. Remember, he had a sack hat trick last week. That got him NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Another one right here.
I love how you phrase that, in the zone, because I'm a firm believer that like a running back, like a quarterback, when guys get hot and get locked in, the same thing happens for guys getting sacks. Their moves are working, and they're getting home and putting guys on the ground.
And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
First and 10, it's Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Second and 10 now, Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And now it's third down.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
To the sideline, and
we've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
that ties the game, 13-all.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
At their own 24-yard line.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field, and he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards on the play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Nicole Hartman. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Elliott, toss right. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are going to take the lead.
I I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tail.
An egg underhand.
Yeah, like an egg underhand, really with two hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down, and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
At their own 25-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake in the ball and knock it free.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
And the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. And here we go, partner. It's his time to shine.
And I've yet to meet a quarterback who had any type of greatness, any type of longevity in the league that didn't secretly love this type of an opportunity. To be the focal point, have a chance to take a team all the way downfield and win the game, that's when they get their stripes.
Yeah, that's when they get their stripes, and he has to take them the length here. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Ryan to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 more there and another first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Here's Ryan. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. What a methodical drive. This is turning out to be that time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Now Ryan. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He's back to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with. Stride for stride.
Fourth down. Here's Ryan. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. They keep it with Penny on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 19 yards there on the pickup. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
That's another Buccaneers first down.
Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Tampa Bay, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall to 1-.